Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the game Boss Monster. You don't need any video game experience to enjoy this game, but if you're familiar with old school 8-bit, I'm sure all of this looks very familiar. Let's get to it. You are going to keep playing until one player has 10 points. Then you finish the round and whoever has the most points wins the game. Points are these coins on the cards that say hero. If you have defeated a hero, you can take the card and keep it face down next to you. The easier heroes are worth 1 point, the tougher heroes are worth 2 points. As soon as someone at the table has 10 or more points, you keep playing until everyone has had a turn, and then it's over. If you have the most points, you are the winner. First, what is a round? That goes in 5 steps. Step 1. Place new heroes on the table. Step 2. Each player gets to take one card from the room deck and may pick one card from their hand to place it face down in their own area. Step 3. Going in player order, each player reveals their new card and deals with whatever it says. Step 4. The heroes on the table might be lured to one of the dungeons, the evil lair of one of the boss monsters. Place each hero in front of the dungeon where it was drawn to. Step 5. In player order, all heroes in front of dungeons go in and see if they get killed or survive and do some damage. That's it. After that, you just reset everything and start the next round. I'll go into detail a bit more. Step 1. Place new heroes on the table. It doesn't matter if there are still any heroes from the previous round, leave them there, and then you must add new heroes by flipping over the top cards of the hero deck. You flip over as many cards as there are players. If you are with 3 people, you flip over 3 cards. Step 2. In player order, each player can take one card from the room deck and add it to their hand. The player order is going from the highest XP to the lowest XP. Your own XP is written on your boss monster card. Then, each player may pick one card and place it face down in their own area. So you don't have to. You can have a maximum of 5 rooms in your dungeon. So that's 5 room cards plus your boss card. No more than that. Anyway, so if you want to, you can add a new card to your dungeon. If you're not at your limit yet, you can place it to the left of the other cards that were already there. Or you can always put a card on top of another card. You build over it. When you build next to another card or on top of another card, you can always use any card that shows a silver colored icon in the top left corner. If the icon is a skull, that is called a trap room. If it shows a monster face, it's a monster room. You also have cards with a gold colored icon. Those are advanced rooms. They are stronger. But you may only build those on top of another card that have at least one icon in the bottom right corner that is the same. For example, this card shows this icon at the bottom. This is called a treasure icon. If you want to build a gold room an advanced room, then you have to build it on top of a card that shows at least one identical treasure icon. But that's it. If you want to, choose one of your cards and place it face down in your own area, either next to another card or on top of another card. You have to do this in player order as well. Step 3. Going in player order, each person reveals the new card they've placed. If the card says that anything happens when you build it, just do what it says. Read the text on the cards, they speak for themselves. Step 4. When all the newly built cards are revealed and resolved, it's time to lure in the heroes. Since you flip over hero cards at the start of every single round, there will always be at least 2 heroes waiting to be called. Each hero has one treasure icon on it. Those icons that you have in your own dungeon. If one player is the only one who has the most of that particular icon in her or his dungeon, then the hero will go there. So for each hero on the table, see if there's any player that has the most treasure icons like the one the hero is looking for. Then place that hero in front of that dungeon. In case 2 or more players have the exact same number of treasure icons, then that hero will just stay in the middle of the table. Step 5. As soon as all the heroes that were lured toward the dungeons are standing in front of the door waiting to get in, you send them in. Going in player order, each player deals with each hero that was standing in front of her or his dungeon. The way that goes is quite simple. Each hero has a certain amount of health. It's written on the card. For example, this one has this much health. And each room shows how much damage it does. For example, this room does this much damage. The hero goes into room number 1, then room number 2, and so on. Maybe a room can even do more damage. It will say so on the card. If the hero dies before making it all the way to the end where the boss monster is, then you can flip over the card and keep it with you. You have earned more points. However, if the hero does make it all the way to the end, you are the one that gets damaged. Then you keep the hero card like this to show you have suffered this much damage to your own health. 1 drop is 1 damage. As soon as you have taken 5 damage, you are out of the game. You died, so you have lost. The other players keep going with the game without you. As soon as all the players have dealt with all heroes in front of their dungeon, the round is over. Anything that needs to be reset is reset. Any spell cards that were played are discarded. If any player has 10 or more points, the game is over. If not, you start the next round. And that's it. That's how you play Boss Monster. New heroes on the table, take a card and maybe build one, then maybe some heroes come to whichever dungeon has the most treasure icons that they're looking for, and then all the heroes go into all the dungeons one by one. They either die to give you points, or they make it through to do you damage. 2 last important details and then we're done. As I've said, the maximum number of rooms is 5. As soon as you build your 5th room, your boss monster gets a once per game special action. Just look at your own boss monster card to see what it does. And spell cards. What do you do with them? Every spell card will tell you exactly what it does. Just read the text, it speaks for itself. The only thing you must know is when you are allowed to play it. Each spell card shows an icon. Sometimes they show 2 icons, that means you can play it at any time during the round. But if it shows only 1 icon, you can only play it at that moment in the round. If it shows a little hammer icon, that means you can play this card when everyone is building new rooms in their dungeon. If the spell card shows a little icon of an axe, that means you may only play this spell card during that moment in the round when heroes are going to and through dungeons. And that's it. This is how you play Boss Monster. I hope you feel like you can have a first try and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Feel free to leave a comment and see you for the next one.